Hello everyone. I'm attorney Jessica Reynolds. If you're a senior relying on Social Security, you must hear this now. This week, a new rule has quietly gone into effect that gives the Social Security Administration, yes, the SSA, full access to your bank accounts. This could impact your finances in ways you never imagined. So stay with me till the end because I'm going to explain what this means, how it could affect you, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself. Before we start, please hit the like button, comment below if you or someone you know receives Social Security, and subscribe for more legal updates that matter to seniors like you. Part 1. What exactly is this new Social Security rule? The Social Security Administration, or SSA, has always been tasked with ensuring that benefits are paid only to those who are eligible. Over the years, they have put various checks and balances in place to detect and prevent fraud or improper payments. However, this week a major change was introduced, one that many seniors are not yet aware of, but should be paying very close attention to. This new rule essentially grants the SSA expanded authority to access seniors' bank accounts directly. While in the past, the SSA would typically need a court order or a legal judgment before accessing or freezing your funds, now they have a streamlined process that allows them to request detailed financial information from your bank and, if necessary, place holds or freezes on your money without prior notice. The government's stated reason for this new authority is to enhance their ability to detect fraud more quickly, prevent overpayments, and stop improper benefit distribution immediately. On paper, it sounds like a sensible measure to protect taxpayer dollars. But for seniors who depend on Social Security as their main or only source of income, this change has far-reaching implications. Imagine waking up one morning to find your bank account inaccessible or some of your money withdrawn because the SSA suspects an overpayment, even if you haven't been told about it or had a chance to dispute the claim. This is now possible under the new rule. The SSA can request account balances, transaction histories, and essentially monitor your financial activity to a degree never seen before. This rule affects all seniors receiving Social Security benefits, whether they are retired workers, disabled beneficiaries, or survivors. It's important to understand that the SSA's authority has grown significantly, and this shift represents a fundamental change in how your benefits are protected and regulated. Part 2. Why should seniors be worried? Many seniors live on fixed incomes and Social Security payments are often the bedrock of their monthly budget. These funds pay for essentials like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, medication, transportation, and even social activities that help maintain their quality of life. Losing access to this money, even temporarily, can be devastating. Prior to this new rule, the SSA's ability to freeze or seize funds was limited and typically involved a lengthy legal process. Now, because of this rule change, they have the power to act swiftly, sometimes within days of suspecting an issue. This means a sudden freeze on your bank account could leave you unable to pay bills or access cash when you need it most. Moreover, the SSA's fraud detection systems rely heavily on automated algorithms and data analysis. While these systems catch many true cases of fraud, they can also produce false positives. That means innocent seniors could be flagged mistakenly and have their bank accounts frozen without cause. The emotional and financial toll of such errors is enormous. Many seniors are already hesitant about the complexity of financial and legal systems, and this new rule adds another layer of stress. They may not fully understand their rights or the steps needed to respond to an SSA investigation, especially when their access to funds is suddenly restricted. The risk of financial hardship caused by these freezes is very real. Seniors have reported struggling to buy groceries, fill prescriptions, or even pay for transportation to medical appointments after their accounts were frozen. For those without family support or alternative income sources, this can quickly become a crisis. This rule essentially shifts the balance of power. The SSA can now intervene before you have a chance to defend yourself or even know there's a problem. Seniors need to be aware of this because it affects how you manage your finances and what safeguards you should put in place immediately. Part 3. How does the SSA access your bank account? Understanding the mechanics of how the SSA accesses your bank accounts under this new rule is crucial. When the SSA suspects that there has been an overpayment or fraud related to your Social Security benefits, they can now send what's called a third-party request directly to your financial institution. This request asks for detailed information about your accounts. Your bank is legally obligated to comply with this request and provide the SSA with records such as your account balance, recent transactions, deposits, and withdrawals. The SSA then reviews this information to confirm if there was an improper payment or fraudulent activity. If the SSA concludes that funds were paid in error, they can instruct your bank to place a hold or freeze on the amount they believe you owe. This can happen without any prior notification to you. You might only discover the freeze when you try to withdraw money or pay a bill and your transaction is denied. The process is often opaque. Seniors are not always informed promptly, making it difficult to respond or appeal before their access to funds is affected. This can lead to confusion, anxiety, and in some cases financial emergencies. Importantly, the SSA's ability to access your account is not limited to one bank account. They can request information from multiple financial institutions where you have accounts. This comprehensive view is intended to prevent fraud by tracking all possible sources of income or benefits you might be receiving. It's also worth noting that the SSA's requests to banks may be automated and frequent. Banks themselves have strict rules on how they handle such requests and are under pressure to comply quickly, which can sometimes lead to errors or overreach. Knowing how this access works will help you prepare and take steps to protect your finances before the SSA requests your account information. Part 4. What are your rights and protections? While this new rule gives the SSA significant authority, it does not mean you are without rights or recourse. It's very important for seniors to understand these rights to avoid unnecessary hardship. First, the SSA cannot permanently keep your money without due process if they freeze your account or demand repayment. You have the right to dispute the claim. This involves filing an appeal or requesting a hearing where you can present your case and evidence. However, the appeals process can be lengthy and complicated. Many seniors report feeling overwhelmed by the paperwork, deadlines, and bureaucracy involved. During this time, access to your funds may remain restricted, causing financial strain. You also have the right to request copies of the information the SSA collects about your bank accounts. Transparency is key to understanding what triggered the freeze or withdrawal. Knowing exactly what the SSA is alleging allows you to prepare a strong defense. Additionally, the SSA is required to notify you of their actions, though under this new rule, notification may happen after the freeze or withdrawal. This makes it vital for seniors to monitor their accounts closely so they can detect issues early and respond quickly. You can also seek assistance from legal aid organizations, senior advocacy groups, or attorneys who specialize in Social Security law. These professionals can help you navigate the complex appeal processes and fight wrongful freezes or seizures. Another protection comes from the fact that certain types of funds may be exempt from seizure under federal law, such as Supplemental Security Income, SSI. However, because Social Security, retirement, and disability benefits are treated differently, it's critical to get advice specific to your case. The key takeaway is that while the SSA has expanded powers, you are not powerless. Knowing your rights, acting quickly, and seeking professional help can make all the difference in protecting your finances. Part 5. What can seniors do now to protect themselves? Facing this new reality means seniors must be proactive to safeguard their finances. The SSA's expanded power to access and freeze bank accounts is something you cannot ignore, especially if Social Security payments are your lifeline. So, what concrete steps can you take right now to protect yourself and minimize risk? First, monitor your bank accounts closely. This means setting up alerts on your bank account so that you receive instant notifications of any large withdrawals, holds, or unusual activity. Many banks offer free text or email alerts that notify you whenever a transaction exceeds a certain amount or if there's a sudden change. If you don't already have online banking, now is the time to get comfortable with it. By regularly reviewing your statements daily or weekly, you can catch a freeze or suspicious activity early rather than finding out days or weeks later when the damage is done. Second, keep detailed records of all correspondence from the SSA. If you receive any letters, phone calls, or emails from the Social Security Administration, Do not ignore them. Even if the message seems confusing or intimidating, document everything. Save physical letters, take screenshots of emails, and write down the dates and times of phone calls, including the names of anyone you speak to. This documentation will be critical if you need to appeal or prove that you responded in a timely manner. Third, contact your bank directly to understand their policies regarding SSA requests. Not all banks handle SSA, third-party requests, the same way. Some banks notify customers before they release information or freeze accounts, while others comply immediately without warning. Ask your bank if they provide notifications to account holders when they receive requests from the SSA, and if they have any protections in place to avoid wrongful freezes. Knowing your bank's procedures can give you an edge in managing your money. Fourth, consider separating your funds. Opening a separate bank account exclusively for your Social Security payments can isolate those funds and limit the impact if the SSA issues a freeze or holds your other accounts. For example, you can have your Social Security deposit go into a dedicated account used only for essential expenses. This can protect other savings or retirement funds you may have in different accounts from being inadvertently frozen. Fifth, seek legal advice as soon as you suspect a problem. If you notice any unusual activity, or if the SSA contacts you about an overpayment or freeze, don't wait to get help. Lawyers who specialize in Social Security and elder law understand the nuances of this process and can guide you on the best steps to take to protect your rights. Early intervention often prevents small issues from becoming major financial crisis. Lastly, educate yourself and your family. Many seniors rely on their adult children or trusted friends for help managing finances. Make sure these people understand the new rule and know how to support you if the SSA accesses your accounts or if you need to appeal a freeze. Having a trusted advocate can make a significant difference in navigating these stressful situations. Part 6. How to get help if your account is frozen. If you ever wake up to find your bank account frozen or discover that your Social Security funds have been withheld, it's critical to act immediately. The financial impact can be severe, especially if this money pays for your rent, medications, or daily essentials. Step 1. Contact your bank immediately. Ask why the freeze was placed, how much money is affected, and if the bank received a request from the SSA. Often, banks can provide basic information about the freeze and any timelines for lifting it. Step 2. Contact the Social Security Administration. You can call the SSA's customer service line or visit your local SSA office. Ask for details about why your account was frozen, what evidence they have, and what steps you can take to resolve the issue. Keep careful notes of every conversation, date, time, and the name of the person you speak to. Step 3. File an appeal or request a hearing. If the SSA claims you owe money due to overpayment or fraud, you have the right to dispute this. You can request a reconsideration or an administrative hearing where you can present your evidence. This process may seem intimidating, but you are entitled to due process before any final decision is made. Step 4. Seek support from senior advocacy organizations. Many nonprofits and government programs provide free or low-cost assistance to seniors dealing with Social Security issues. They can help you fill out paperwork, explain the appeals process, and sometimes even connect you with pro bono legal help. Step 5. Consult an attorney if possible. An experienced Social Security or elder law attorney can review your case, communicate with the SSA on your behalf, and ensure your rights are protected. Attorneys can also help expedite appeals or challenge wrongful freezes more effectively than doing it alone. Step 6. If you experience financial hardship during the freeze, explore emergency assistance programs. Local charities, community centers, or government agencies sometimes provide emergency funds or help with essential bills. Don't hesitate to reach out. Your health and well-being depend on access to basic needs. Remember, while it might feel overwhelming, help is available. The key is to act quickly and not ignore any signs that your account has been affected. Part 7. What this means for the future of senior benefits. This new rule is part of a broader trend where the government is doubling down on preventing fraud and improper payments in the Social Security system. On one hand, this effort is understandable. Fraud costs taxpayers billions of dollars annually. On the other hand, this increased authority creates new risks for innocent seniors, especially those who may not be tech-savvy or aware of their rights. The balance between protecting public funds and safeguarding vulnerable individuals is delicate. Unfortunately, this rule shifts significant power toward the SSA at the expense of immediate protections for seniors. This creates a potential for more seniors experiencing financial disruption due to mistakes or misunderstandings. Advocates and lawmakers must pay attention to how this rule plays out in practice. Seniors and their families should raise their voices about unintended consequences and push for clear safeguards, better communication, and faster resolution processes. For seniors, this means staying informed and vigilant is more important than ever. Financial planning should now include contingencies for this new rule. It's also a wake-up call to review bank account setups, document all communications, and have a trusted advisor or attorney ready if issues arise. We may see increased demand for elder law attorneys and social workers to assist seniors navigating these changes. Community groups and advocacy organizations must expand their outreach and education to help seniors understand the rule and their rights. In summary, while this new rule aims to reduce fraud, it introduces a new set of challenges. Seniors must be prepared, protected, and proactive to avoid unnecessary hardship and maintain control over their financial lives.